During these testing times of COVID-19, I hope everyone is staying home and staying safe. I have prepared a 10 question tactics quiz for you to test your chess skills. We start with a few easy questions and then we reach a few tough questions. So without further ado, let me start. This is the first question. Black has just played King E6. It's White's turn. You can pause the video if you'd like. I'll give you a few seconds, 30 seconds, to find the answer for this question. It's White to play and win. All right, you can pause the video if you'd like to take some more time to find the answer. As you can see, White pawn is about to be promoted. But the problem is White cannot move his rook out of the way, because if you move the rook out of the way, Black rook will take the pawn. But with this last move, Black allows White to play a rook e8 check, thereby not allowing rook takes a7, because the king is in a check. And when the king moves, White just promotes the pawn, and he's basically up by a rook now. After rook takes, and White goes on to win the game. Let's go to the second position, second question. White has just played rook b7, and it's Black's turn. What can Black play here? Black to play and win. You can pause the video if you need more time. The answer to this question is rook c8. And there is no more ways to defend this knight. Queen is defending it, king is defending it, but there are now three pieces attacking it. You cannot play rook b3 and there is no other piece to defend it. Which means White is going to lose this knight, and soon the king is going to be checkmated. So Black went on to win this game. Let's go to the third question. White has just pushed his passed d pawn forward to d6. He has just made a big mistake. He did not check Black's last move. Black had moved his knight, and now White pushed his d pawn. It's Black's turn. Black to play and win. And you can start now. Well done if you found the move. Knight f3 check. The pawn is pinned by the rook, so it's basically a fork winning the queen. King got to move, and then you take the queen. And Black went on to win the game. Let's go to the fourth position. White has just played knight h4, stopping Black from playing bishop f3, which would have then led to checkmate on h1. It's Black's turn right now. What move can Black play to win the game? The only thing stopping Black from playing bishop f3 is this knight. So the white player Adrit goes on to play g5, and he is just winning. Once white moves the knight, bishop f3 comes, and queen h1 checkmate cannot be stopped. So black wins. Next position. So these were a few easy ones. These are a little difficult, so you need to think a little more hard for these. This one is black to play. White has just played a natural looking move like rook e1. This position came out of the fried liver attack. You can see that this knight is pinned and attacked, but black has defended it enough. This black king is stuck in the middle of the board, pinned to this knight. White has safely castled his king, and he happily moved his rook to e1, putting pressure on e5. But then comes which move? Black to play and win. So let me tell the answer. You can take more time by pausing the video if you'd like. Black plays rook f8, attacking the queen. And when the queen moves to the most natural looking square possible, comes bishop takes f2, basically winning an exchange. Black gets the rook, white takes back, so black is winning after this. So all of a sudden, white comes under trouble, even though black's king is the one who's in the middle of the board. It's a white king who's about to get in big mess. Let's go to the next question. This is question number 6. Black has just moved his queen to g6, which one could argue looks like a good square. Maybe not so, because knight h4 could come. But white actually plays a different move that is winning. Queen g6 turns out to be a mistake in this position. What is white's next move? White to play and win. The move played by white was knight takes e5. Black takes back without knowing what's coming for him. White just plays knight e7, winning the queen. So those knights can be real dangerous. You need to keep an eye on them. Let's go to the next question. Question number 7. In this position, white has played bishop f3. White has been winning for a long time. His position has been great throughout the game. White's up by 3 pawns, and he has been trying to push the b pawn and c pawn. At the moment, black has a hold on this square, so white is not able to push the pawn. You can see opposite colored bishops. But white just played bishop f3, thinking there is a lot of time to promote his pawns, win the game slowly. But then comes a surprise move by black, and white is stunned. Who can find out? Can you find out what is black's next move? Black to play and win. So white is in trouble after black's next move. The move played by black was rook h8. And now how do you stop rook a8 checkmate? White king is in trouble. He cannot move here. He cannot move to b6 or b3 or b4. Even if he moves to a3, it's still going to be checkmate. So what can white do? There is just one move here for white to stay in a winning position. So this position is not absolutely winning for black, but in a practical game, it's very difficult to find that only move for white. With less than 6 minutes on the clock, Prevant did not find the correct move. He played rook g7 and fell to checkmate. The correct move, the only move in this position that wins or keeps the winning position was b5. Sorry, b5 to b6, giving up the b pawn. That's the only way to make us to stop the checkmate. Because now bishop takes, king has this square to move to, and he is safe. White still has 2 pawns to promote. So this is winning for white, but if only if white had found the correct b5 to b6 move. He did not, and he lost the game. Position number 8, we have a position out of the opening. White has just moved his knight to d5. He has actually taken a pawn. But that pawn was taboo. White should not have taken it. It was a poisoned pawn, basically. Because of black's next move. Can you find what black played next? Black to play and win. Well done if you found black's next move. Black plays b5. If bishop moves back, then anyway c4 would come. And basically the knight is gone. And in the game, white took the pawn, which was his best option, and black just took this knight. Let's go to the 9th position. Here, white has just moved his knight to her knight to e5, and it's black's turn. Black has a winning idea here. Can you find out what black played here? Black to play and win. Many of you might have thought of bishop c7, but that's not the answer. Because if you play bishop c7 at just a pin, the queen can get out of it. Like queen f3 would keep the position good for black. I mean, good for white. Wait a minute. Queen f3 wouldn't do the job. Even if queen f3, pawn f6 would come. The correct move here is, after knight e5, the correct move is pawn to f6, kicking the knight back. Knight goes back, and then bishop c7. Basically forcing white to give up his knight. If you play bishop c7 also, it's kind of okay at first. If you play bishop c7, it's kind of okay because then the knight will have to give itself up. If the queen moves, then f6 would anyway come. So the move order f6 and then bishop c7 is even more stronger because it also wastes 2 moves from white. White plays knight e5 and black takes the knight and goes on to win the game. The last position is actually a special one. This is black to play and draw. White has just played rook takes pawn, giving up the rook. White thought the resulting pawn endgame is absolutely winning for white, which it looks like it is. For example, if king takes rook and king takes knight, white king is closer to these pawns. He just needs 3 moves to pick up this pawn, and he should be on the way to win. But then comes a surprise from black, which white had no way of calculating. Can you find out what was played in the game by black to make it a draw? Black to move and draw. Like I said, the problem here is after king takes rook and king takes knight, white king is going to take these pawns and win the game. But black plays knight c2 check, asking white to go fetch that knight. The difference is now when king comes to take the knight, black takes the rook. The king takes knight, white king is now far away from the pawns. It is just a draw. Black played king here, and both kings are not able to take either side's pawns, and this should be a draw. Black went on to lose the game by making a few mistakes. He must not have recovered from that surprise. But this position is a draw as long as you don't let Black king enter the position with two d4 d3 to e2. So this position is a draw, and only because of the brilliant knight c2 check before accepting the sacrifice. So that ends our quiz. I hope you had a good time.